Oh no, am I disowned and she didn't even bother telling me? I don't know yet. We're gonna find out next week on Dragon Ball Z, ladies and gentlemen.
Just sit her down and be like, "Listen, Mama, you need to listen to this."
I don't see her. She's so far away.
Sit her down.
Sit
Do a
her
Zoom call or
down.
something. Be like, "Mom, I'm
Fair
gonna need you to
enough.
sit down for a
And
second."
I'll just explain what Zoom is first, but to her. But all
So Zoom is
right.
this thing you go to the internet and
Oh,
you
Joshua, my friend.
Welcome back to the My Mom Has Tourette's podcast. This week, one of our mothers almost drowned as a kid. We're not going to tell you which one. That's always for you to figure out. But in the meantime, we're your hosts. I'm Andrew.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Andrew. And I'm screenshotting that because your screen's frozen already, homeboy. Let's go.
Great off the bat.
Yeah,
That's
another one for the
beautiful.
list.
Simply
Another one for the
beautiful.
list. So in case you guys didn't know, and we didn't say it enough last time, we definitely have a compilation of screenshots of Josh's screen freezing, and they're
Yeah.
going to be pretty good. I'm really looking forward to, releasing some of these in due time once we have enough of them.
Yeah, I think
But
after we've recorded 100 episodes of the podcast, we're going to take every single screenshot of Josh's frozen camera and just put out an episode one of the weeks. It's only just like 5-second long shots of Josh. I think
You
it's
could do
going to be our
the.
biggest hit.
You could do all the videos that play in the background of the podcast. Just my screenshot pictures.
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I guess to start, how was everyone's week? Did you do anything fun, exciting? What happened?
2 weeks. We gotta also go over that. We might have a little bit more to talk about because we did miss a week, and so we're
Boo.
gonna avoid that as much
Stink.
as possible. But we did have to for reasons because I moved and I'm finally recording in a different place, and
Yeah.
my time went fine. I'm glad that the hardest part is over. Now we're just kind of living in my wife's parents' basement for a little while, well before we found a house. So that's fun. Um, what happened? What all happened? A lot of things happened. Um, we did end up stopping between where we moved from and where we moved to at the Sevierville Buc-ee's. In the middle of
Hmm.
our move, and it's only the second Buc-ee's I've ever been to. We made a specific trip out to one that was like kind of close-ish to where we were, like an hour away or something once, just to go. They're that Sevierville Buc-ee's. I drove around, not joking, almost 20 minutes trying to find a place to park. I
Oh
was
wow.
just it was I don't know if we just wanted a super busy time. It was the weekend, but it was rough. And basically we just went in there and I just kept my hands close to my sides so I didn't get pickpocketed because boy is it like the busiest place I've ever seen. Um, it's it was a good time though. We enjoyed that. What else happened? I really got to start writing down notes of things I need to talk about. I'm not good at that part. I feel like um, yeah, it's about it. I mean, I'll think of some stuff. Someone else can jump in if they want.
Last weekend, I went to the fair on Saturday, and Sunday we went to Hershey Park. So that's another reason we didn't record. Last weekend was my birthday and anniversary, so we did a lot.
Happy
It was
birthday!
fun. Oh, thank you. The
Happy
fair was
birthday.
busy. No, we're not singing.
I still don't know how you guys do those hands. Continue.
These hands. It was fun. Hershey Park was busy. Uh, we did the water park, which was a lot of fun. They have those gigantic buckets that fill with water, and then they dump over and splash, and that was probably my favorite part. Just waiting because they've got like an air horn that goes beep, and it just tips over, and all this water falls out. Pretty much. Andrew, how was your week?
Not too bad.
Weeks.
I didn't do a whole lot. Yeah. So the past 2 weeks, mm, yeah, I didn't really do much of anything. I worked some more, and yeah, I played some video games, just like I always do. I decided what was it, probably like 3 weeks ago now, to, replay a game that I think we might play. And after 120 hours, I finished it this past week, so that was interesting. But yeah, that's about all I did. Work and game. It was actually a pretty stress-free 2 weeks.
That sounds kind of nice, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing Pokemon Go more than I have in a long time because of the recent event, which reminds me I gotta check the spawns, so But yeah, it was I don't know. So much went on these last 2 weeks. I think I've just kind of put it out of my mind because I'm just kind of like ready for it to be done. My brother came down to our apartment, helped us move the rest of it out. We did pay movers this time to move it into the U-Haul, and it was a wonderful decision. It was just, it was so much easier. And then we got everything in the U-Haul, moved everything down. Our cats were surprisingly good for the drive. We just covered their cage so they can't see outside and get super stressed. But that actually went pretty well. Here's a Cranidos. Yeah. And then
Nice.
Your gun works.
You gotta angle it, I think. Yeah, there it is. There's an Aerodactyl. I gotta see if he's shiny. Nope. Screw that guy. And yeah, what a bum. Apart from that, what else happened? A lot happened.
Andrew.
Yes.
Yeah, you go.
Did Joel talk to you today about Baldur's Gate?
Yes.
Are you getting it?
Probably eventually, sure.
I don't know anything about this game.
It is
2 minute
a
sales
D&D.
pitch.
It is a D&D game. Everything in D&D, you roll dice to do stuff. You gotta stealth, you gotta hide. You fight enemies. It's turn-based. I'm frozen again. Now I'm back. It's just a really cool game. It officially releases Thursday at 11 o'clock Eastern. And I think it's a game that we'll really like.
Okay, so it's kind of like based on the
right now.
It's like a video game based on the concept of D&D. It's kind of like playing D&D in video game form.
The start of it, for at least the pre-access, you're being attacked by a mind flayer, and it looks like this giant squid thing with these long tentacles, and they suck out your brain to make new mind flayers. And his ship crashes, and then you find party members to help you. You build your character off of its race and its class. It's got all the races in the classes coming Thursday. And it's just like if you want to pick a door, you have to roll a d20. You add a bunch of things to it. So, I mean, it's really fun. We played today, 3 of us. So I think it's a game that we might like.
Is it free?
No.
Is it an MMO?
No.
I don't know. No.
You can only have up to 4 players.
Oh, so you, me,
4
Joel,
party members.
And Andrew. Okay.
Well, if you wanted, I'm just saying we could even do just us 3, and then we can find party members as NPCs.
That was great timing, actually, because that was exactly 2 minutes. So I think he did pretty good on that 2-minute sales pitch.
He timed it. Yeah, Josh, if you talk about it again, we're going to be charging you. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my mic is now this right now because the move. Let's just say this little piece. I'm missing a piece here to actually attach it to my. So it is sad trumpet. I almost said trombone and then
the trumpet.
Sad trumpet. I don't like trumpet. I like trumpet. But yeah, pretty solid week overall. 2 weeks. Just we're done. We're through the clear, and now we're just chilling. And
I moved this weekend.
Yeah, you moved too, huh? No, you're about to move. Right.
Yeah.
Andrew actually gonna be able to help you. That's cool. You're gonna be able to. How far are you moving?
Cool for Josh. Be nice to have those U-Haul movers, man. Let me tell you.
They want $150 an hour.
They want too much money, my man.
And the U-Haul and the motorcycle trailer is $600 by itself without fuel.
Jeez.
So.
Yeah, it's not a fun time, man.
Motorcycle trailer?
Not at all.
Yeah.
For what?
A motorcycle?
Whose?
Mine.
Josh, you don't ride a motorcycle, do you?
Yeah, I've had it a little over a year now.
We're gonna have to talk about this.
Well, we're talking now.
That is the best.
You know what else we're gonna have to talk about?
The best way to an early grave, my friend.
You know what else we have to talk about? gaming news.
We're
I
jumping
actually
right
made
into
the
that.
air
All
horn
right.
noise. Why did I do that?
Why did you?
I don't know why I did that myself.
That's hilarious.
Now he's looking hardcore. He's like, where are these sounds?
My wife
Yeah,
is
he's
just
playing
across
Pokemon.
the room, like, no, I'm pulling up the gaming news segment. She's across the room making fun of me, texting me. All right, so we are now in our gaming news segment. Oh, she said Josh is a big dummy. Just kidding.
Oh.
Got him.
Tell
So,
I'm gonna FedEx these hands.
So we are on the gaming news, and this
Just
is
kidding,
the
I don't
little
hit women.
On camera.
Josh, I'm very glad to hear you don't hit women.
On camera.
I'm very thankful. So, okay, we are on our little segment where we run through three bits of news in the gaming sphere that we've kind of picked up throughout the week. I guess this was 2 weeks ago. I don't know how old this is now. Maybe it's all out of date, and we shouldn't even read it, but I'm going to. So, the title of this is an IGN article. It is How One Player is Building the Entirety of Breath of the Wild in Minecraft. If somehow you're not aware what Minecraft is, I'm not going to explain it to you, but if somehow you're not aware what Breath of the Wild is, it's a Legend of Zelda game. That's it.
Also, you
It's
explain
open
that
world.
to them.
Yeah, of course, but Minecraft is the most... It's like saying, oh, what's Tetris? So, what's Dodgeball? After seeing the massive three-tiered world of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, it's easy to forget that Breath of the Wild's map was once considered massive in both breadth and detail. So, this game came out in 2017. It's a big old beautiful open world map, very well made, very well put together. And there is one Minecraft player, I don't know if he has some help. There's a dude called Grazzy. He's a content creator on YouTube, and he is slowly rebuilding the entire open world Breath of the Wild map. He's reconstructing it to like the pixel or whatever in Minecraft. That is insane dedication. I don't know what scale, because I don't know if he's doing it bigger so that he can get more detail in small items. I don't really know, but that is very impressive. And I mean, there are people out there straight up building the earth in Minecraft, like at a 1-to-1 scale. That's a real thing happening. It's like a huge collection of people, and it's called like buildtheearth.com or something like that. It's crazy. But I love when people go and just build things in Minecraft that are based on something else, because I just think that it's very impressive and a lot of work. Apparently, dude found some software that actually allowed him to import like a height map of Breath of the Wild into Minecraft. So he had like the base map done off the start, and then he had to add all like the extra like the details and such in. I just the amount of dedication, I don't even know. Yeah, he has to be using some tools to help him and everything, because that's insane. It's a big map. I don't even know anything. I've not played the second one yet. The one that just came out, the Tears of the Kingdom, but boy, oh boy, that is impressive.
Gaming! I thought of you when I found the article.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. You know me, I am a Minecraft bully. But actually, before we move on, you want to like add anything to that?
Just the fact that is extremely impressive, especially for a single individual.
That's ridiculous. It seems like it's one. I just skimmed through that whole article again, and it like did.
You don't have to be single. He could be married.
He could be.
Nathan, are you doing a thing at the beginning of the segment, or are we just announcing it every time?
What do you mean?
Like an intro for gaming news?
No, we don't. We never made one. We're just doing the bah, 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 and then.
I like it.
Yeah.
There's the smile.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. We could have. There it is. I was waiting for that. All right. Okay, so now we are in another Diablo IV news. We're coming back to that Diablo IV, or we lost our minds.
Boy.
In was it the last episode over the?
I do believe.
Yeah, yeah. Blizzard to address disgruntled Diablo IV community after patch backlash. So,
this is bad.
Oh no. So, Diablo IV had its long-awaited pre-season 1 patch, as 1.1.0, and apparently it sparked vociferous complaints from the game's community, who accused Blizzard of turning the action role-playing game into a slog, with a slew of heavy-handed nerfs to all classes, experience point gain, end-game progression, and more. So, I guess they really just straight up patch the game and say, yeah, we're going to change a whole bunch of stuff, and we're going to make it much less like Diablo 4 was already up to this point. So I guess they did because you know how games are these days. They put out a game these days, and then they're like, all right, well, all games have to be live service to some extent, so we're always going to throw some patches in. I don't know why games don't just ship finished these days, and it's going to be an endless annoyance to me, but there's always some patch these days with most of these games, so they put in some patch that changed some issues. I assume fixed some issues, changed some things they considered to be issues. Maybe the community did not be considering issues, and now the community is unhappy with some changes they made. But let's see here.
Well, for a game that's all about living out your
really
power
short
fantasy, to make
Right.
things like that much slower, I think is probably what's irritating people.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't realize until I played it that that's the whole reason you play this is you want to feel like you can just walk through everything. And I'm like, well, this seems a little too easy. And now that they're making it more difficult, I think some people are like, you know what? That's not how you play this game. I want it to be simple and easy. I want to kill things, and I want to kill them fast and hard, and they'll just be done with them.
Yep. That is pretty much what those games are, and like it's great. It's fun, and it's I don't know. It's just a very strange decision for them to make. But the whole point, I mean, this is a very short article, I will say, but the whole point is they said, we have been hearing feedback from players regarding some of the changes in 1.1.0 for Diablo 4, Fletcher said. We are going to have a campfire chat later this week on Friday to talk more about it. We'll have more details/timing in the next day. Thanks again for the feedback. So they're going to be, I guess, talking about it and hopefully addressing some of their concerns with the game. Community's not always right about changes in the game, but if it's so unanimous, usually there's a real reason behind it, a good reason behind it. So I guess they potentially might be rolling back some of that stuff. I guess we'll see. We're over here talking about this. I've never played Diablo 4. I've played a little bit of Diablo 3. That's about it. It's a good time. And gaming news. Article 3. It is titled, Thanks for the Memories, Xbox Live Gold. And
Oh no!
I don't know anything about this. Are they basically cutting that down? Are they?
Xbox Gold is gone.
That's
The
no longer a
gold,
thing.
yeah, it's now Xbox Game Pass.
It's only the Game Pass now.
Yep.
Oh, that's
From
wild.
what I read,
Yeah.
this week or this month or something was the last of the gold membership for Xbox Live. For people who don't know, I don't know a whole lot how PlayStation works, but for Xbox, it's a gaming console and you can put games in it and just play them without internet. But to play on the internet with other people, to download updates and all that, you have to pay for what used to be called Xbox Live. And they had different tier systems, and Xbox Gold was was it always all gold? It'd be
I think
Xbox
so.
Live
It was
Gold.
just Xbox Live Gold. Yeah.
But you could buy like a month membership, 6 months membership, a year membership, and now they're getting rid of, from what I understood from the article, it's no longer Xbox Live Gold membership. It's changing to something else, which is going to have different benefits and probably drawbacks, but it just depends.
Yeah, it is an interesting decision. I guess they are just going with the Game Pass, which is a bit different than it was. It shouldn't affect anything about playing games offline, correct? It's just the online, the whole online
Yeah.
world is a little bit different. So what is Game Pass just a monthly payment? Is that just it? You just pay monthly for
Oh,
Game
well,
Pass?
I'm sure you can also go like more than monthly, pay
Okay.
for yearly too.
I guess I'm just curious, like, what are the actual differences between Game Pass compared to like Live Gold? Because really, it sounds like it's more of just a. Well, isn't Game Pass? Can't you get games for free if you're paying for the membership? You can like, play games.
Mm-hmm.
That almost sounds better.
Yeah.
I don't know enough
Xbox
about the
Live
differences though.
Gold, you literally just
You're basically paying
just
for
got internet
connecting to others.
access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it almost sounds like Game Pass is better. So it's almost more of a lament to the Xbox Live Gold because that's going away, and now it's just called Game Pass, and it's not the old Live Gold anymore.
I mean, the article might have benefits, but if the benefits are just that the free games by itself, you're still winning. So.
Yeah.
I like how we're going to just skip past the fact that Josh literally explained what an Xbox was to people that are watching a gaming podcast. And he was like, yeah, it's a game console and you can put a disc in and just play.
I'm pretty sure
Listen,
Josh was straight up talking to his mom. Yup.
Watches his. Yep.
Josh was talking to his
That's
mom.
True. That's
and
true.
My mom and Andrew's mom.
Andrew, has your mom said any more about that episode you sent her?
Not yet, no.
Dude,
That
I'm
was
nervous.
interesting.
I sent the podcast to my mom, and I don't think she's listened to it yet. And I'm like, I want her to just listen to it. She thanked me, and she said she was like working at the time, but now she hasn't gotten back to me. And I'm like, oh no, am I disowned? And she didn't even bother telling me. I don't know yet. We're gonna find out next week on Dragon Ball Z, ladies and gentlemen.
Just sit her down and be like, listen, Mama, you need to listen to this.
I don't see her. She's so far away.
Sit her down.
Do a Zoom call or something. Be like, Mom, I'm going to need you to sit down for a
And
second.
I'll just explain what Zoom is first, but to her,
So Zoom is this thing you go to the internet
Oh,
and you
Joshua, my friend, my homie, my compatriot, my father, who art in Pennsylvania.
Everybody, let's crack open a cold one for the homies.
I don't know what's happening. We need a comptroller. We need a comptroller moment here. I think we're done with gaming news.
Next on the My Mom Has Tourette's podcast. So, you know what, Josh? You have a lot to talk about. So, how did your playthrough of Talos Principle go so far?
Unfrozen!
That was a double freeze. All right. Listen, we need to stop calling it out every single time you freeze. You freeze so much. We just need to keep moving past it. He'll get his screenshots. What is happening? All right. I love you're just so luscious. I will never get that far because I'm going to cut this off eventually, but I am proud of yours. What are you doing right now? I just got to...
Sorry, I'm bringing up my notes, people.
Oh, okay.
Bringing up my notes. All right, so... Last episode, I think we beat World 4 for the last one. I don't remember if I had to beat World 4, 5, and 6.
I think Andrew started World 5 at least at that point, and you had to beat World 4 or something like that. But
I think so. I think I beat World 4 just for that podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so what I did, I went back and I got all the gold stars.
Oh, did you?
Hey, me too.
From World 1 to 6.
Did you use a guide?
Nice.
Yes, I'll get into that.
You bum.
Did you, Andrew? Did you use a guide?
Some of us sloggingly went hours to find these things.
Some of us don't have
had
hours.
The time I
stayed up till 2 a.m. playing.
That is the thing. That's what I'm saying in the end. If you do not... I know Andrew has more time than you. You just have the weekend. If you... I feel like you're not going to complete something because you're having trouble figuring out what to do, just look up a guide. That doesn't matter that much in the end. I want you guys to be able to complete this game and not get super behind because you were stuck on a star.
I'll get into it, but there was a point where the game was glitching on me, where I was doing everything I needed to, but it wasn't working. So I had to, at that point I had the guide up, I had to reset the world. I mean, I'll get into it, but it screwed me because I'm doing everything this dude's doing, but it kept disappearing, and I'm like, so I'll get into it. So World, I went all the way back. So World 1, I don't think World 1 had stars.
It had one at least, if I remember.
World 2 star was Crazy Find. Never would have gotten it without watching the video. The World 2 is the one that has 2 in it, and it introduces you to one of them because you find it in the puzzle.
That was World 3.
Maybe my
World 2 is the one with the ocean. For the very first time, there's the ocean.
Yeah.
You walk into, and he's like, "I went to the worlds and the worlds of the worlds.
Okay, so I meant to write.
For you."
Listen, I wrote these notes at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's probably World 3. But it was Crazy Fine, and never would have gotten it without watching that video because Andrew, you got everything right.
Indeed.
The pool drains.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. You had to hit
It's not a
you had
swimming
to
pool,
scan the
but
QR code. You had to go to the website, and the website told you about like a certain date, and you had to find out that date was when the Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon, and you had to hit the pillars for the
see,
month and year. It was nuts.
the video that I watched was not that. He
Wow.
talked
So I wasted my time. Continue.
he talked about a clock telling you a time, but he didn't remember where the clock face was. But he already knew which things to hit, so he did it. But it was crazy because the pool, I keep calling it a pool. It's like a little
It's like a
fountain,
fountain. Yeah.
and it just completely just drains. And then all of a sudden, the floor just like this little area just turns into steps, and it goes underneath of the pool. And then you go down, and you get the star. So I was really that one impressed me. I like that. It wasn't just like finding it in a cage, So it was like
Yeah, a
I
lot
like
of
that
them
one
are.
probably the most.
A lot of them are
That's
really unique.
definitely the one that kind of spoiled me a little bit because while I didn't use a guide, when you scan the QR code and go through the forums and stuff,
They
it
tell you.
kind of told me a part of it, and I was like, man, I wanted to figure this out on my own, but it was still fun.
Well, because I ran all over the place, and I'm like, I can't find it. And then when I watched them in the video, I'm like, there's freaking buttons on these pillars. I didn't even notice the pillars had Roman numerals on them.
I literally by chance noticed that there were buttons on the pillars, and then I was like, oh, they're numbered, and then I was like, oh, I don't know what to do with this, so let's go to good old scanning QR codes again.
Always a good time.
I still haven't done enough after my recent playthrough to get help from one of those people yet, so I'm interested to see how that goes.
Yes.
Yeah, because in my notes I said the guy kept talking about a clock face, saying it was 7:20, and that's what you have to hit on the pillars to drain the water. Going back to World 2, one of the QR codes said, I can't tell if the documents on the terminal are all that's left from a larger archive or are carefully designed to communicate some hidden truth. Found that pretty interesting because, it's just feeding into a lot of different ideas we have about this game. So,
The
World
cat is
2.
the evil thing at the end, I promise.
World 2.
Crackpot theories.
Remember I told you last episode I found the guy in the video when trying to get a star found a bucket of paint?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you figured that out,
I found a bucket of paint. I found a couple actually.
Nice.
More crackpot
And
theories.
they're random spawns because they're not the same place for everybody every time. So World 2, I found a bucket of paint on the altar. It let me pick it up, and then it let me paint a message. It gave me some different options to paint. So I wrote, the certification program is a sham. What does a computer know about humanity?
Nice.
And I picked that one because our last conversation about the game was about that test. And how we were going to try different ways. I'm like, 100% that's what I'm putting on the wall.
That's funny. I'm pretty sure I found a paint can, but I didn't even think to interact with it. I just thought it was neat to see. That's funny.
Yeah, because I was confused. Because, Nathan, did you watch those videos I sent you?
I forgot to check it because you're over here talking about a tree that doesn't exist in your game, but it existed in some other dudes. That was hilarious. I don't know what was that. I don't know what was up with that, but
yeah, I wanted you to watch that because I thought
still need to.
Between the tree not being there and the guy finding a paint can, I'm like, I don't know what to believe in what video I'm watching.
Right.
So I was pretty happy to find the
paint
can.
Yeah.
All right. So World 2, I found the star but couldn't figure out how to unlock the gate. I found that there were keys hidden well. When I found them, this is what I was talking to you about. When I found them, the game glitched and showed me that I picked them up, but my character wouldn't actually pick them up. So I'd found them when I first played World 2, but I didn't realize that they went to the gate outside of that puzzle piece mission.
Yeah.
So when I went back to find all of them, I watched the video, I found those keys there. I'm like, oh, I knew those were there. Second time I tried, picked them up. It showed that I picked them up. It disappeared. They weren't floating there anymore. Walked to that gate that they unlock, and it says the gate's locked. And I'm like, did I not pick them up? So I went back to where the keys were, and the keys weren't there. So I had to leave the portal, and then I turned around and walked back into the portal, came back to World 2, went back to that spot, and the keys were there again. Picked them up, and then walked to that gate, and finally that gate opened, and I got the puzzle piece, the star.
God.
So that was frustrating. Oh,
You have some other notes, I bet.
oh, dude, I'm not even halfway through. All right,
man.
found out there is an Easter egg. Did any of you find the Easter eggs?
I don't know what the Easter egg is, so I can't tell you.
Can you expand?
Nathan, did you know that there's Easter eggs?
There's Easter eggs in most games.
Mm-hmm.
I found out there's an Easter egg where the voice recording talks to you about a time capsule, and you can find a bottle with a message in the water. When you find it, it reads, "A robot is walking next to a pond and it finds a frog. The frog says, 'Kiss me.' No. Yeah, the frog says, 'Kiss me and I'll turn into a beautiful princess.' The robot ignores her, puts her in storage slot, and continues walking. The frog again pleads, 'Kiss me, and I'll turn into a beautiful princess.' The robot takes her out, looks at frog, says nothing, and puts her back into storage slot. The frog now revolts, yells, 'Did you not hear what I said? If you kiss me, I'll turn into beautiful princess.' The robot again takes her out, looks at her, and says, 'I'm a robot. I don't have a need for woman, but having a talking frog, now that's cool.'" So
I did not know about that Easter egg. I
That's
never
interesting.
found that.
I like that.
then there's another Easter
Oh
egg.
boy.
Must be nice.
Did you
to-
find
in
these
a
things, or are you
bottle.
just looking this stuff up?
Oh, well, he showed it when he was showing me
Oh.
that key that I was having trouble with. Because I kept watching, he's like, "Now I'm going to show you the Easter egg." I'm like, "There's an Easter egg?"
Curiosity.
So I watched it, and then he found a bottle in the water on the edge of the map, and I'm like, "Oh, this is cool." So the other Easter egg is in a bottle on the opposite side of the water, and a note reads, "There are 10 kinds of people in this world who understand binary system, and those who don't. 2 robots are standing in front of Picasso's painting. One says, 'Seems like something went wrong during printer driver installation.' 2 atoms are walking down the street together. The first atom says, 'Hey, I think I just lost an electron.' 'Are you sure?' asks the second atom. The first atom replies, 'Yeah, I'm positive.'"
Classic.
So that finished off World 2. I went to World 1. I found another bucket of paint. I wrote a message as a QR code, and it says, "Elohim lied about the tower. I stepped foot inside and returned to tell the tale." I question, do these QR codes stay here for others to find? That is a question from me. I'm writing this stuff on the wall. If you guys go into the game,
I have
are those
no
QR?
clue. I have no clue how
Because-
the QR codes work in this game. I'll
Because if
be
you
honest.
think about it, if everybody who, let's say there's 100,000 people that
Yeah.
played this game, there's going to be 100,000 QR codes. Like, it's just going to be graffiti everywhere.
Yeah, but
So
there has
what's-
to be a reason for it. I just don't know exactly how it works. Maybe it shows up to random people and you can't, like, choose. I don't know. I assume
I
there's
don't
some
know, it was
filter
just-
it goes through too. Did you type that stuff that you said?
You don't type it. It gives you, like,
Options.
like the text at the bottom. It gives you 4 different ones, I think, or
see.
3. You just pick. And just with our conversations, these are the replies that I've picked. Because we talked about the tire, the tower 2 weeks ago. We talked about that test. So, got the star finally in World 1. It was kind of annoying trying to find where the star was and how to get a jammer out to World, how to get the jammer out.
You had to go all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah, and I found it by accident. So I watched the video, and what I found that I didn't realize was there was a switch on the inside of that little wall.
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't figure out where the puzzle was that I could get a jammer out. So I was losing my mind, and I was running around all over the place. And finally, I'm like, there's this open area where you can see a mine going back. I'm like, is this a puzzle? I don't remember this. So I went down, and then at the end of that hall, there's the machine gun turrets, and then boom, I found a jammer. I'm like, oh, I can get out with this. There's no gate or anything. So, World 5, did not like it. The rain and the thunder, especially with how loud the game was, super annoying. Everything was dark. Not one of my favorite maps. I was ready to just be done with it and just say, okay, World 5 is finished. Literally, my note says, World 5, very dark and rainy. I found a switch completely by accident, hidden in bushes. I think it was the same one Andrew found, because I was like, at this point, I'm just looking in every corner, everywhere that I possibly can. And I just came around to the first puzzle, and I'm like, oh, there's a switch. Nice. So I hit it. It moves and shows a star, but you need lasers to get it. Could not figure out how to get lasers in there. The answer was completely stupid of how easy it was.
Was that the one where you had the pillar like in the middle of the map?
No.
That you had to reflect it off of? I can't remember which world that was.
No, World 5 is where you got to shoot the laser out of the puzzle directly across from it, and it comes across the map and unlocks it. Because I looked at it, I'm like, seriously? Like, am I just too tired? Because when I saw how easy it was, just pointed out, I'm like, I can't believe it's all it took to get this puzzle done.
It's a good time.
I said it was so simple. I wish I would have thought of it on my own. I found a star on World 5 randomly doing a puzzle. Create new admin account. Okay.
Yeah, the juice.
It asked me if I wanted to delete profile, create new admin account, or email admin. I selected create new admin. Then it says your issues with denial will be appended to your user profile. Further attempts to overwrite certification results will be logged. You will receive a notification if your attention is required. So, World 6, nothing happened with that. So, I tried to create a new one, and it said I have issues with denial. What did you do? You just ignored it?
Oh yeah,
He said none of that.
Yeah, it was basically when I ran into it. It said, "Did you want to create a new admin account?" I was like, "Nah, fam. Click. I'm keeping what I did."
So the computers tell me I have issues with denial because I wanted to create a new account. That was pretty much the end of World 5.
That guy is rather sassy, isn't he?
Very.
Yeah.
I mean, harsh for us to assume the gender of a computer, but sassy is a good way to determine binary.
I'm sorry? Josh, did you just assume that computer's gender?
That was Andrew. Anyways, I was very sick. I was very tired.
If you don't know what to do, hit him with the duck. All right, continue, Josh. Sorry.
Hit him with the quack. Yep.
So, quack, the terminal statement about chatbots made me think of ChatGPT. Was there anything like that back then?
No. Sorry, I thought you were actually asking that question.
No.
ChatGPT is such a new technology. It's insane. Continue.
I know it is, but the way the terminal talked about it, it described ChatGPT. Mm. So these notes are from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember, and plus, it was like 2, 3 a.m. when I was writing this, so I don't remember everything. And my spelling is terrible on 3 a.m. notes. But when this game came out, was ChatGPT even anything?
the concept of like something that you can speak with on the internet, like a chatbot that is anywhere nearly as complex as ChatGPT is, has been around for a long time. But only in the past like couple of years have they gotten to the point where they can build something like that. Like ChatGPT itself is like the first of it's really a breakthrough. It's a complete
Yeah.
breakthrough in this technology. It's really like we've never seen something anywhere nearly this complex before. I'm not explaining ChatGPT on this podcast. Look into it if you don't know what we're talking about. It's basically an extremely complex chatbot you talk to, like you type things to them, and it responds back in. From my understanding, it's passed the Turing test. That's a thing that the Turing test was always a thing that it was something that like it would separate computers from humans. If a computer could pass the Turing test, it's indistinguishable from a human, and that's not happened until like ChatGPT. So that's cool.
Well,
Um,
there's some things I want to say about it, but it's not some things we should probably say on here.
yeah,
So I'm just
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We'll continue on with our because
so.
yeah,
Anyways, I don't know if this is something we want to go back and look at on here, but Puzzle World 6, the puzzle on the left has an Easter egg in the corner of it, where there's a bunch of rocks with things written on them. I think they were numbers or letters. I can't remember. The guy never did the Easter egg, so I never did it. I just kept rolling. I don't know if that's something we want to look up and go back to. Do you know anything about it?
listen, I don't remember anything about the Easter eggs in this game, my guy.
Okay, all right. Second puzzle on the left stumped me, but I don't know if it was because I was just tired or what, but it took a good while, and I ended up having to watch how to do it. I watched how to get the star. It was weird. Didn't think that would work because sometimes when you jump on things, you slide off. Didn't consider that the box would help things work. I knew the star had to be over there because you can hear it from the hidden terminal, constantly beeping. So I remember when I'm talking about World 6, there's like a half wall, and you have to take
Mm-hmm.
a box that's hidden, like behind
It
you.
was in the very corner, yeah, behind where you
Yeah,
spawn
and
in.
you pick it up and you take it over the wall, and you can hear the computer going beep boop
Yeah,
boop
that
beep
was
beep.
by far the easiest one to find.
Yeah, so like I knew that we needed to get over there because there was no other way. I didn't think about being able to jump on the box to jump over that wall for the sheer fact that there's stuff in game that is the same height as the box that doesn't let you jump on it.
Hmm. I get that.
So I
I don't blame you.
because I knew you could jump on the box from the other one because you have to. I don't know if it's this one or not, but you have the two mines that are going like this, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to block one of them, and
Yeah,
then you hurry up and run around it. Uh, I knew you could jump on the box then, but just the whole jumping over the wall, I didn't think about it because like some things you try to jump on that are like the right level for you to jump on, but the game prevents you from doing it. So I didn't
yeah.
think about jumping on it to jump a wall. Um, watch. Okay, we already did star. Elohim said that there's no shame, and this is for Andrew.
This guy mean Ibrahim?
Elohim,
Ibrahim Moises.
because I was taking so long with this puzzle. Elohim said, "There's no shame in taking another path. Told me to leave the puzzle because it was taking me so long. Last one on the right. The puzzle was an absolute pain in the butt, and I had to watch the video on it probably 11 different times to figure it out.
Which one was
I
that
was
one?
so frustrated. So frustrated. It's the one where it's like an L shaped here, and then on the L here is a blue wall. What do we call them? A force field or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take a laser and you're going to come out here with the laser. You got to connect the laser over here and then shoot the laser here. And then there's two more walls that you have to open. But you have to take those other lasers. And there's like he even messed up in the video, but while he was messing up, he found out how to do it. So like I was having to mess up like him at the same time and complete it. And it was so confusing, like watching what he was doing. So, but I finally got it done. I never want to do that puzzle again. I was just so tired, and I'm watching the video like this, like,
What am I
what is he
doing
clicking
wrong? What
on?
is this?
Like, I'm watching him click, and I'm like, he's just clicking so fast. I don't see what he's clicking on, to the point where he's able to pick that piece up, and it worked like that.
Josh, you were supposed
And
to type the Talos Principle world whatever tutorial, not speedrun. Thank you.
No, he wasn't speedrunning. He was.
But
He was. I get it. I get it. But I was happy that was done. I was the last one, and I was like, I just want to get it done so I can be done. Took a survey. Computer told me my problem is I don't know the first thing about anything, including what a person is. My prospects are therefore poor. So.
I like that.
And then I have in caps, not caps, but just excitement. World 6 is finished.
Ooh.
It's done. Came out of World 6, looked over at World 7, and noticed a gate with a star on it that was open. I don't remember before. So all the stars that you collect, I don't remember there being a gate for the star level. So I don't know if that just appears in the main area once you get a certain amount of stars. At this point, I have 8 stars, and there's a portal inside the gate. It requires 10 stars to solve.
Yeah.
I assume each puzzle piece is a star, which means I need to find 2 more stars. World 7 only has 1 star, so I have to figure out where the last one is. Leaves the remaining portal next to 6, is covered by wooden boards. I wonder if that unlocks after 7. So that's where I am now. I need 2 more stars for the star world. World 7 only indicates that there's 1. And then next to 6, where if there was a 8 portal, it's covered in broken boards. You can't get in there. So I don't know. Don't tell me. I don't know if that comes with anything. I don't know if that unlocks after 7. I don't know if it unlocks at all. But I don't know where the missing star is.
I do remember one Easter egg. There is one Easter egg, and it has to do with that portal room, but that's all I'm saying.
The wooden one? Okay. So that is all my notes on this subject.
You got through that a lot quicker than I expected from how much you were hyping it up.
Yeah, because we didn't talk about it. I just read a paragraph of notes.
It was good notes though. Andrew, where are you at? What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
so far?
I'm pretty much at the same point. I use good old fashioned elbow grease and wanting to hurt myself to finish these puzzles and find these stars.
It feels
like
good
I said,
when you
the one
do,
kind of spoiled itself. Yeah, the fountain one kind of spoiled itself for me, but that wasn't a problem. So yeah, I talked to a console, and he pretty much told me the same thing. He was like, "Hey, you're an idiot. Like, you got to realize that you're stupid." And then I wasn't that guy for a while to give him snarky responses, and then I just had enough. And I was like, you know what? I'm giving you this, whatever this snarky response is. And he asked me if I was going to go through the center tower, or if I was just going to go obey orders from some idiot in the sky. And I was like, bro, you don't tell me what to do. I'll do it on my own time. And he was like, good. I'm glad you don't just do things because people tell you. And I was like, dang right I don't. I'm the man. You're not. You're not real. I am. You're a computer, and I'm a human, even though I look like a robot. My consciousness is trapped inside. Well, that's another theory, but we'll figure that out.
I'm just saying you literally are a robot with a human consciousness because you are controlling the robot. So technically you are a human in the game. Just saying.
Does that make us all just meat puppets to our brains, though?
Yes!
It's interesting.
You've got it. You've unlocked the secret of the life.
That's why they call ambulances meat wagons.
Sounds about
I think you just call ambulances meat wagons.
I'm sure many people are aware, but ambulance in German, auf Deutsch, ist Krankenwagen. One of my favorite German words. I also love turtle.
Of my favorites.
It's Schildkröte. What?
One of my favorite fun facts about a different language, and I'll get back on track. In
Yes.
Japanese kanji, the kanji for goose is two separate words, and it's I believe the first part of it is business, and the second part of it is penguin. So a business penguin, or no, strike that and reverse it. The kanji for a penguin is business goose. That's what it is. So
That makes
that's
more sense because
probably
the
one of
black
my
and white, maybe like a suit. That makes
yeah,
okay.
and that's probably one of my favorite fun facts.
I like
Anyways,
that a lot. The
so
Talos Principle.
that's pretty much what I was doing in the game. I did finally go to, because I didn't actually go to the center tower or anything. This was the first time I went on the elevator and technically discovered it.
Hmm.
But I just went up and I opened all the doors that I could. I went through, and then it was like I was like, yeah, I'll go through the tower after I unlock the section B or world B or whatever you want to call it. And I was like, I don't quite want to go here. I'd already done what I knew Josh had done, so I was just kind of perusing around at this point. I went in the central tower and I was like, I'll go up a floor, that won't hurt. And then I got an endorphin rush because that little trophy symbol popped on my PlayStation. I was like, yeah, let's keep it going. So I solved the puzzle there to get to the second floor, and then it was like, just a peek, huh? And that was the name of the trophy. It was like, just a peek, huh? Or just one level, right? And I was like, this guy knows what I'm doing. I gotta stop after this. But yeah, that was interesting. And then of course you get on, and Elohim is like rebooting his brain because he can't find you. And when you get off, he's like, did you go in the central tower? I told you not to do that. But that's okay. I understand your curiosity, but don't do it again. It's like, all right, man, well, I'm going to do what I want. So don't tell me what I can't do. You know I'm a human and not a robot, so I'm going to do what you tell me not to. Just like in the story of Adam and Eve, it's like, hey, bro, don't do this one thing. What do
I'm
they
going
do?
to
They're
do
like,
that
let's
one
do the
thing.
one thing. I got all this other stuff to do, but I'm going to go do the one thing. Yeah, so I'm really pretty much at the same part. I just kind of took my time trying to figure out some of these stars, and yeah, it was easy to figure out for me, but the one that definitely took the longest time was the very first world star again, because I just had a feeling I would have to go all the way back to the beginning, because I was at that point, once I started scanning every individual wall for stuff, I was in that mode of, listen, you're going to have to go back and find this world one star. So let's just start there. And just every little crevice kept walking down. And then I was like, there's two jammers here and I don't need both of them. Let me see if I can take one out. And then it was trial and error to find out where it had to go at that point. But
and it's funny.
That definitely took the longest.
Because I had played this game before. The very first thing I did in that game was bring that first jammer with me because I knew I could. But it's like you just don't like have the experience with it at first to really like even think to do that you could. It shows you two, and you can use it to like stop this machine gun and stop this mine, and you're good. You go past it. It's great, but you don't realize that you could like do both or whatever. It's a good time.
Yeah, good times. Trying to think if I had found anything else. I did notice whenever I went up to where you can change worlds, I decided I'd just walk around the whole island because there was a bunch of ice and stuff. I did see a couple like laser panel receivers that you could have access to, but they were covered up with boards. So naturally, that's kind of why I explored the central towers, trying to find if there was a laser anywhere I could use, but not at the time that I thought. Anyways, but yeah, that was interesting. Just kind of running around. I should have, but I didn't like just try sprinting out on the ice to see what happens if I went too far, because I want to test my boundaries. But I kind of was like, oh, I can't play too much longer because I'll be getting too far ahead. So, but yeah, it was a good time. I'm pretty much at the same point Josh is, and he communicated that, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna bide my time and just kind of hop around and do my thing. But yeah, my only main difference is obviously I didn't find those Easter eggs. I wasn't really looking for them, and I would also say that my defiance of having the computer to try to tell me that I need to rethink my quiz results. Screw that guy. I don't care about him. I am the real person, so I'm sticking with what I said. My guns are here and they are staying here.
I like it.
and then of course, just doing some running around, waiting to start this new world. And I got a bunch of puzzle pieces that I still don't have a use for yet, but I'm sure they unlock the rest of the other like World C or whatever. So
Sigils.
Puzzle piece.
Sigils. You keep calling them puzzle pieces. Abraham very clearly called them sigils.
Ibrahim also told me to stay away from the tower. Who needs that guy?
Fair. Yeah, they're just Tetris pieces.
That's right.
Puzzle pieces.
Dude, I love this game. It's a good time. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
The second one should be coming out soon.
I know. We'll have to maybe we'll do it one day, and that'll be exciting because that would be new for all of us. But
indeed,
there is a DLC. I will say, Andrew, if you do like difficult, like if you like the game to be difficult, but like a puzzle, something you can figure out if you really like are able to use your mind to do it. There is a DLC to Talos Principle. It's called Road to Gehenna, and everything I've heard about that it is apparently much more difficult. Like it is like much more overall difficult, like even than like the later puzzles in the first game. So it's like a DLC for the first game, and then I guess they're making a second one. So I can't wait for that. But yeah.
Well, I meant to tell you guys, Steam had an almost 6 gigabyte update for Talos Principle this week.
For what?
I don't know what it was for, but when you open Steam, it has all the updates for whatever games you have, and Talos Principle had it. And I'm like, that's weird, and I looked, and it was 6 gigabytes almost. So,
interesting.
Very interesting.
They're still doing work, so I don't know what it's for.
You know what else is interesting? This week's fantasy draft question.
Fantasy draft!
Transition.
Yeah,
I have the best transitions.
You are just a wonderful transitioner, my friend.
That's right. So fantasy draft this week. Oh, I certainly do. I came up with it. I was super pumped about it because there's a lot of different variations of what we're going to do. So, let's see. Josh, pick a number 1, 2, or 3.
1, 2. Ooh, that's a nice kitty.
Yeah, that is a nice kitty.
That's a real nice kitty right there.
2.
2. All right, so I'm going to go second. Nathan's going to go first.
Oh, boy.
And Josh is going to go third.
All right.
So this week's fantasy draft is, so you gotta, think Iron Man for a second here. You got your little circle thingy in your hand, little pulsar blast, pew pew. If you could have those, right, except instead of little energy that shoots out, you could get any liquid that you can think of, one in each hand. What would said liquids be that you choose? So, I guess to start, Nathan, what
Water!
would be...
I'm a hydro homie, baby! I'm a hydro homie, okay? r/hydro homie. Water! You know what I could do with that? I could make people not dehydrated. I could drink it myself. I could blast away the dirt and grime on my car. I could... How is it configurable power? Like... Real strong.
Yeah, that's
like
pretty variable. You have the ability to control it. Sure.
All right. Yeah,
so,
water. Yeah,
how strong are we talking? Like a water?
I'm gonna go with your personal strength. So like we'll equivalate it to if you are a very strong boy, then maybe you could make it into a water pressure cutter. If you're not a very strong boy, if you're not a very strong boy, maybe it just kind of leaks out a little bit. So that's all the stronger you can get it.
Yeah, my number one choice is water without it's the most. There's nothing better, man.
We'll see if mine doesn't get taken for number 1. But Josh, what are you thinking? Oh, by the way, before I forget, Nathan, which hand is going to be the water? Left or right?
One is one is the other.
Yeah.
Right.
Right hand water.
Right hand
left
water.
hand red.
Second question is there a certain amount that we're allowed to like dispense? Like 10 gallons a day?
We'll just leave it up to like your personal stamina. If you can run a marathon, sure, you could let the sucker go for a while. But if you're just kind of an overweight fella like me, maybe stamina's not your thing. Maybe I can just give some nice powerful bursts and that's it.
All right. Well, cool. He's still thinking. This boy's still thinking.
Cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke. That's an interesting. So why? First of all, why just cherry Coke? Why not just Coke?
Cherry Coke's my favorite of all the Cokes.
That's fair. Okay.
You got Coke, Diet Coke, Diet Coke caffeinated.
You know, for cherry Coke being your favorite, I've seen you drink quite a few Diet Cokes on this podcast.
I know. I kind of feel like Diet Coke might be a little bit better than just regular Cherry Coke.
So Diet Coke's your favorite.
No, it's not my favorite. It's just I feel that it might be a little bit healthier than
Oh,
Cherry
that's what you meant by
Coke.
better. Okay. Yeah. All that aspartame must be getting to your brain literally because it causes brain tumors. But anyway,
Yes, sir.
Here
so
for
you would
a good
choose.
time, not a long
So we've
time.
got water in Nathan's right hand. We got cherry Coke in which hand for Josh? Hit me with a representation, bro.
Left.
Lefty boy. Left hand makes the L.
Left.
To you.
Left. And without a doubt, I had thought water, but then I was like, dude, water's so easily accessible as it is. I'm not too worried about that.
I know what
Just-
yours is going to be.
Speak for yourself. Holy crap. We have all these African people watching us, dude. What do you expect from them?
Do I look like one of them?
Yeah! You're like the poster
Okay,
child for Africa. Continue. What was your choice?
Sweet.
I know what
Mine-
yours is going to be.
I have to be practical, right?
Oh.
So, what is it? I gotta always have like one practical choice and at least one that I thought would be really cool. So, practical first because I don't want anyone to take it. If I could have like fuel in my left hand, and by fuel I mean like I really want to say diesel because that's what I have.
Unleaded
But let's be real, I
87
could
gasoline.
I could make so much money if I got unleaded, right? Just sit there, be like $5, fill her up, $10 maybe if I'm feeling feisty, and just be like, getting my hand, put it in the.
Well, here's the thing. I was thinking about the same thing. I was thinking about taking gas. But your response to how much is based on your stamina. So if you don't have a lot of stamina, you can't pump out a lot of gas.
Not at one time, sure. But I'm not also going to be full blast the whole time, probably either. I'm not going to be like, what? No, I'm going to just be like, hey, man, like, how's it going? Let's have a 10-minute conversation here while I fill up your gas.
All right, so
It'll
like
take a little longer, but
in a gallon sense, how much do you think you'd be able to dispense before you need to take a break? Because that's what
gallon
I'm
sense.
thinking. I'm not talking about how long can you full blast something based on your size.
I would think that I could fill up a compact vehicle pretty easily. Maybe like a 12 to 14 gallon, then I'd probably get a little tired. So yeah, usually like a normal car's worth, and then I'd probably I need a rest. Give me like 15, 20 minutes. I could go at it again. And then of course over time when you're doing that for so long and everybody wants it done, I'm gonna get more stamina. I'm gonna get stronger. And then I'll be like, fill up these babies in 2.7 seconds. Call me Lightning McQueen's little Guido guy. I think that was his name, right? Guido, the little pit guy from
Was it?
Cars. I think it was.
I don't remember.
I don't either. Now I kind of want to look it up. Nice back scratching, buddy. Did you see the eyes closing in pleasure there? He's like, oh yeah.
It's just hard to reach spots that you
I've never
can't
seen
get.
you happier, Josh. So which hand?
So yeah, that'd be my left hand. I
Okay.
definitely went out of order too. I said I was going to be second, and I went third. My bad.
Well,
That's
we're
fine.
doing the normal way that we're supposed
Yeah,
to.
so you would
So
be
now,
next
Andrew-
to Josh and then me.
Yeah.
So what would my second one be?
Andrew's gonna say
something-
ranch.
I kind of do. I'm not going to lie.
But
I
ranch
really
isn't
kinda
like a straight liquid, though. Would something like that count? It's kind of like not
It
a
is
substrate,
liquid.
but it's like sure.
It's a liquid.
But there's like
I would-
particles.
I would-
and I guess that how far
There's
I
how
would
far
allow
do we
it
take
because
liquid?
I would also allow something like magma if you wanted to be like a sadistic
Really?
evil man. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Nathan
so
over
we're kind
here
of like
making
stretching
obsidian.
we're stretching we're stretching like the limits of like liquid kind of like whatever
We're
works.
not stretching. We're literally talking about shooting liquids out of our hand. There's no limitations.
Yeah, you got a point. You got a point. So what
Okay.
would my right hand be? What would my right hand be?
He wasn't even ready for right hand. He's like, I know what I
I
want, and
really
it's
wasn't.
gasoline.
I wanted gas. That's it. Yeah. Ranch is a good one, but you know what? I'm gonna have to go with kind of double practical here. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. Never mind. I'm gonna have to choose. I absolutely love milk, so I'm going like vitamin D red cap milk for my right hand at all times. But I've also thought about this. If no, I'll wait for that because Josh might encroach on that. But yeah, I guess I'd have to go milk. I do kind of want to go ranch, but I was like, you know what? If I never had to pay for milk or gas again, bro,
Hmm.
be the life, be rich.
Hmm.
So Josh, what you got, homie?
I don't know. I'm thinking on a level of expenses for my kids. And you took milk, which my son drinks, but he won't drink it a whole lot longer. So then the next thing I'm thinking about is okay, well, like juice. The girls drink juice, my son drinks juice. But then my daughters go through a butt ton of ranch. So then I'm like, well, maybe I'll just take ranch. But then they go through a butt ton of Chick-fil-A sauce. So I'm like, maybe Chick-fil-A sauce. So I don't know what to pick.
Well,
Here,
since you brought it up, I'll give you a couple more seconds to think. But the fact that I took milk and he's worried about like because his son drinks a lot of milk, just imagine, since this is a thing now, you got your old baby boy right here, and here's Andrew, and he's got his right hand ready, and he's just just feeding your child with milk out of his. How would that make you feel? Like maybe not to that degree, but how would it make you feel if I just had little? I'm not going to mention your child's name for brevity reasons, but just started like grasping my hand around his jaw and just like feeding him milk like that.
Okay, we also need to go the route. I know I want Josh to answer, but come on. If you can do this in your hand, why can't you retrofit your nipples and you can just breastfeed them?
That's not as
nippers.
fun.
All right.
Nipples are just
Nippers.
I
like
disagree.
valves for men that don't work.
Yeah, I'd rather do it with my hand.
Would you
Here's
let
my
Andrew do
question.
this?
Okay, well, so Andrew's question: are you violently feeding him, or are you like feeding him at a amount that he can drink?
I'll be completely honest. I will give it to him in an amount he can drink, but like when he starts getting a little comfortable, maybe I'll just up the pressure real quick for half a second just to see how he reacts. But I wouldn't try to kill him.
Good.
Probably not. Second thing, you know those pens that have like the red pen, the black pen, the blue pen,
Oh, and you
the
got to
green.
always try to push them all down. Yeah,
Yeah. Could I have one of those as a dispenser?
you could have a single colored ink
No, no,
because that's one liquid.
Because I could be like a condiment dispenser. I don't know. I'm.
You gotta pick something, homie. We're not really rushing you that much. We're
Three,
not...
two, one, juice.
3, 2, 1, juice.
What kind of juice? You
What
gotta
kind of
unpack
juice,
that a
man?
little bit.
Cranberry grape.
Really?
That is an interesting choice. I would 100% go with apple juice myself.
Nah.
Okay. All right. Why?
Cran grape. All right.
Why?
juice?
Because you can use it for a lot of stuff.
All right. Fair.
I only know one reason I want to use cran grape juice, and that's to drink.
Well,
What do you cook with it?
no. I can give it to the kids. I can drink it. My wife can use it for her cocktails.
Would you, because I know you do it to your wife, but would you feed your kids with juice from your hand?
To be
Like
honest,
no glass.
You know when you go to a bathroom and you're the only one in there and you have to pee and you go up to the urinal and you just slowly start walking away from the urinal to see how far you can get.
Open up, kids.
I would see how far I could like shoot the juice into their mouth. Be like, open up.
Oh, which brings up another great point. So, like, you ever like try to create more pressure in like a hose via your other hand?
You just
What could you do that with your like? Could you like cup the hand and like really get a nice jet stream going and like hit your
you wouldn't
kids in the
have
heads
to
or
because
something?
you could just increase the pressure with.
Yeah, but you could increase it more by restricting the flow as well. Still,
I think it would just like, you know how when you put your finger over the nozzle, it's just like.
that's what I'm
instead of,
saying.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
I think you would just like spray it more than just.
Okay.
You're using your powers for violence.
I'm using my powers for comedy, which is a very valid thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Nathan, yourself.
I had a few thoughts as to what I want my second liquid to be. I decided on sludge. Dirty,
What?
dirty, stinky black sludge. Go to your local dump. Dig right on down deep in there. Dig real deep to where the liquid settles from all the trash, all the dirty, stinky trash. Take a little scooper, scoop up that sludge that's soaked to the bottom. That's coming out of my left hand. Oh, just imagine just dumpster diving. Just go down to the bottom of a dumpster. Just scoop up this sludge. You know what that sludge looks like. We've all seen it. I want that sludge get out of my hand every day. It's gonna be sludge.
You've been down south for too long.
Is it coming out of the palm of the hand or out of like the fingertip? Like
Palm.
open up.
It's palm.
Palm. Yeah.
Okay.
Because if we
Would
went
we-
fingertips, I'd be like, what are 10 things you'd have in your fingers? And that's just too much.
Other than that,
We-
I thought about O negative blood.
We
I mean,
have a
O positive.
runner up.
I think O
I'm fine with-
positive.
Yeah, O positive, and then I could just donate blood and get lots of money.
So
and
is that your runner up?
I have a few runner-ups, but sure, go. What's your runner-up?
You know the pre-mixed scrambled eggs you can get in the carton?
Ow, that's incredible.
All right, so if we have some
Andrew,
in
come
mind,
here and add some milk.
I was gonna say if we have some in mind, if you have two alternates, what would they be?
Oh, so scrambled eggs.
All right, what's Andrew's alternate? We're just
That's
going
awesome.
with this one. That's fine.
Yeah, my alternate would, ever since you mentioned it, I've seen in the store what I call can cakes, which are pancakes that come in like the easy squeeze cheese can.
Yeah.
And I would have pancakes so much more often if I had pre-made batter coming out of one of my hands.
That's
Like every morning I wake
Yeah.
up, just a plop of pancake.
I
You know?
love that sound effect of that coming
And I
out
would
of your
imagine
hand.
if it's something like that, can we control the consistency? Because maybe I want a real thick, fluffy boy pancake.
I don't know.
Maybe I
if-
just want like a normal pancake.
I don't know if you can control the consistency, because really
I don't think
consistency is
you
how
could-
much like
is based off
how
the
much
ingredients.
like yeah, it's based off the
That's
ingredients.
true,
You would
that's
have
true.
one set of ingredients, so you'd have to have like whatever you like your pancakes, how you like them made the most.
Oh, no doubt. I'm
Oh.
going Japanese fluffy. Have you ever seen those bad boys?
Mhm.
They like jiggle. Yeah, they're great.
I
But
think
yeah,
I actually have.
pancake.
I think I actually
folds.
know what would be the
Wiggle,
best
wiggle, wiggle.
answer for anybody.
so.
It's Ditto.
Ditto.
All right, what
is
is
Ditto
your?
a
What,
liquid?
do you have another? No, that was just a
Oh,
callback.
no.
Do you have
Not
another
again.
runner-up?
Are you talking to me or him?
You.
Oh, my
You
other
don't have
runner-up
to.
would be juice was a good one. I'd want something. I can't pick water. I would have to say I really enjoy black cherry Kool-Aid for no reason. I love Kool-Aid, and I was like, black cherry is the first one that came to mind. And the thing about Kool-Aid is it's delicious, but it does absolutely nothing. If not, it negatively impacts your thirst. Because I could just drink 2 gallons of Kool-Aid and still be thirsty.
But you'd be the
So,
Kool-Aid
yeah.
man.
I would be the cool. Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Kool-Aid and pancakes would be my other two. That's an
Hi,
interesting
kitty,
combo.
kitty. Come on.
Kitty.
I'm gonna go with scrambled eggs and probably conditioner.
Conditioner? You're just in the shower. You'd have to have one very specific brand. Ooh! Oh! One very specific brand of Okay.
Love.
Fair enough. Cuckoo!
Because, like, all of us use a lot of shampoo and conditioner. I don't use it up here, but I use it for my beard. And you always have, like, half a bottle full of shampoo still when the conditioner runs out.
That's because you just decide to use too much conditioner.
No, my girls use a lot of conditioner.
That's fair, that's fair.
They're like, let's see how much we can fit in our hands. All right, Nathan, what's your backups?
Oh gosh, my fourth. Well, I already got sludge, and that was good. Water. What else did I say? Oh, positive blood. That's a solid one.
No, it's a liquid.
The whole thing is it's a liquid, Nathan. Come on.
But All right, we don't need to do.
I was looking more for this one.
Oh. Boy, oh boy. I feel like I had something in my mind. I thought about urine at one point, but that's just weird. So apart from
That's just
that,
an abuse of power.
Yeah, it really is.
Just
Well,
peeing
I thought about like,
people's
what if I could
faces.
like change it so that that's just where my pee came out.
Why would you want to do that?
But okay, you got me there. You really got me there. I have nothing.
Then
for
again,
you.
I would still be standing away from the urinal, seeing how far I could bank the shot.
Bank it. He's smacking it off the ceiling.
My favorite, actually, out of everything people have said here, was the scrambled eggs. That was incredible. Maybe like I don't know, friggin' slurp juice from Fortnite. All right, let's move on.
Oh, good old slurp juice. But yeah. So I don't think we have anything else, unless you guys have anything to add. Do we have any closing thoughts?
A door.
A window.
I don't have things that close other than that in my house. So
Your dresser.
prove it.
Move your head. Oh, it's gone.
But yeah. So I guess if you got nothing else, we appreciate you guys. I would say we're signing off, but every time I do, someone has a quick wit of why would you say that you're not signing off of
No,
anything.
I just always say that every time. I need to not, because
I don't care.
no, but really, it's just a turn of. It's just what we're saying. It's just what people say. You know, we say.
Not to mention, like, we didn't even last week. We didn't even have a closer. We were like, "That's it, we're done.
Yeah,
That's
it was
great."
It was
And then
great. I love that.
We didn't even say bye, so
That
I
was
think
funny.
everyone misses us.
Yeah, but I will say, you know, good old classic. You know, if you want to, you know, subscribe to the channel and just hit the little bell button, it's gonna pop up right there in the middle while Josh is
Nody
headbanging.
bell.
Yeah, that's always good, because then you get to know when we're live, or when we're not live, but when we put out a video. But also, you don't have to, because like always, we're not your mothers with Tourette's nor your fathers without Tourette's. But you know what would be really crazy is if we like ended off the episode in like the middle of a sentence.
Yeah, I hope that's what you do. But I'm still going to
Oh.
close us out anyway.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
would like to thank Steven for all the hard work you're doing behind the scenes
Steven!
with all the
Steven is,
timestamp work.
Steven
You're
is
our hero.
a classic. He's a class
He's our
act.
guitar hero.
He is our guitar hero. We do appreciate you, because it's adding the timestamps is something that I wanted to do for a while, but also sometimes I'm big lazy. So you have been very, very helpful with that. And
Well,
if you want to continue doing it,
People
it's
watch
great.
the People watch a finished video that's an hour and a half and think, oh, they just sat there and talked for an hour and a half. They have no idea how long that video takes to get out. So,
Yeah.
Steven, you do a lot of stuff that no one else is doing because we're just, oh, hey, come back. Hello. All right. Good night, my friends. We'll see you next week on My Mom Has Tourette's podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Andrew.
I was Nathan.
And we're going home. Good night.
Yep,
Peace.
I wish my mom did not have Tourette's.
She's special.